All right, hot topic today. Can girls and guys be friends and have a platonic relationship?
No, it can't be.
Why?
I mean, to make the question a little more specific, I don't think guys and girls can be best friends. Yeah, of course you can have guys that you know, and I can have like girls that I know. I have some female friends. I would say we are close, but not like best friends.
I guess it would depend on like how you define best friend.
That's a good question.
Yeah. So what's your definition of best friends?
My definition of best friends is you hang out with the friend very frequently, like once a week-ish, and it should be one-on-one.
I think my definition isn't really the amount of time you're hanging out or seeing each other frequently. I think it's like the time that you've known each other to the point where you've probably gone past a phase of thinking like, is there something more between us? Probably not. If you're friends for more than like maybe a decade plus.
Yeah, but so let's say you're single and he's single too.
Yeah.
You grew up together
Yeah.
in the same neighborhood
Yeah.
up until middle school-ish, and then somehow you or he moved to other state, or you guys have been apart for 10 years, but you guys have been keeping in touch very well. So you guys don't really feel awkward when you guys meet each other.
Yeah.
Still best friends. But my point is, when you guys get back together in the same town and then start hanging out frequently in person, I think there is tremendous amount of chance that you guys develop feelings for each other.
I disagree. I think if you've known someone for 10 plus years and nothing has happened within those 10 years, I don't think there's a likelihood of you like developing some type of romantic connection with one another. Especially if you've grown up with each other and you've known each other's history, secrets, or things that happen, that you've known each other's partners and whatnot. That's not to say that it never happens. Like I've heard like childhood friends reconnecting and becoming like, lovers in the end, but I also think that once you get to the stage where you know so much about that person, they're almost like an extension of your family.
But at the end of the day, they're not extension of your family. It's like, unless you are like related, I mean, like blood sisters and brothers who are like related, I think there is still decent chance to develop the feelings for each other. Come on. So yeah, it makes sense if it's the case. You guys have been like far away for a long time. But my definition of best friends is you guys must be close to each other enough to hang out frequently. So in that condition, probably at least one person would develop feelings. I'm speaking from guys' perspective.
I'm speaking from girls' perspective. Obviously.
Yeah, that's a good point, because a lot of guys gotta have like secret feelings for his best female friend. That's what I heard from many other friends, because I went to boys middle school and boys high school, so unfortunately I didn't really have many chances to have good friends.
Is it because that can also influence your answer right now? Because you went to an all boys school, you're not used to having like girl peers around you.
Maybe that's kind of like sort of my childhood trauma.
Yeah, so I went to a co-ed school from preschool all the way into college. So I can definitely see that those who have grown up and went through the same type of schooling system as I did would argue, I mean, it's not uncommon to have close guy friends at all.
I asked around in my peers who have a lot of like female friends. So you guys are like purely really friends. You are really close with this girl in your phone. Do you think you have like zero chance of developing kind of romantic feelings for her? I asked around multiple guys and they're like, I shouldn't say zero. Yeah, I see her as friend, but who knows?
But why do you think that could change? Is it because of the pure fact that you're like seeing...
It's not because you guys are not fucking family.
No, but that's not the point. It doesn't mean like every time you see some opposite sex or whoever you're interested in,
that's how guys think.
You're just immediately going to think, oh yeah, I have a chance to like completely just, be with this person romantically.
No, not every single time. Like guys are not...
You guys are not animals, like...
Kind of, but... Yeah, it's not like you walk on the street and see every other opposite sex and they see, oh shit, I can be with her. I can be with her. So it's not like that, of course. But the point is, you guys have to meet and hang out like quite often.
Based on your definition.
Yeah, based on my definition of best friends.
Well, my take is that once a guy or a girl puts a guy in the friend zone, it's hard for him to get out of the friend zone. And if he's in like pretty much the sibling zone, that's like almost impossible for him to get out. This kind of leads to another question too. Like once a guy kind of puts a girl in a friend zone, is there a possibility her of getting out of the friend zone and he kind of sees her as a potential partner?
Yes.
From a girl's perspective, it's definitely not likely.
I like that. So the girl's friend zone is kind of fenced with fucking like superhero luck thing.
It's like
the guy's friend zone is just a kind of marker, you know?
Line on the sand.
Yeah. Exactly.
I see. But how does a girl get into a friend zone?
Because the girl put the guy in the friend zone. That's why.
So it's because of the girl don't see anything in the guy. The guy's like, okay, she's probably thinking me as a friend, so I should put her in the friend zone. Yeah,
because guys put girls in the friend zone because guys think that she put himself in the friend zone.
Interesting. But I'm sure you've run into someone like this before. Or let's say you attend the same classes and you are assigned to work on a project together. You can probably sense that maybe she has interest towards you, because you can probably feel that. Maybe she like comes to say hi to you frequently, or she buys you little snacks and stuff like that. But you don't really feel the same way, at least not immediately. You at first you're like, oh, okay, she's just a classmate. I don't think I feel immediate attraction towards her.
Yeah.
At that stage, don't you think you would already have kind of placed her in that friend zone?
Yeah, because I don't really like her from the beginning. Usually guys, if a guy do not see this girl in a romantic way, it doesn't really change.
So you're saying that regardless of how many times how frequent you guys meet up, it would not change your relationship?
I would say so. I know, it doesn't make sense. I know it's not really summing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, with what I said previously.
Yes.
But I will add this premise or this assumption. So, guys, stop laughing. Probably this is kind of fucked up comment, but guys are friends with girls because guys think this girl is attractive.
That's so wrong.
No, it's not. My theory is if guys have long-term close female friends, the underlying assumption is the female friends are attractive enough to him to be potential girlfriend or potential date. I think this is really deep unconscious thing in the guys. So in your scenario, a girl approaches me, this girl is interested in me, and I don't see her attractive enough. Of course, I will not kind of like go on a date with her. Yeah. I wouldn't even become friends with her.
Even if you think that she is kind of like a decent person to kind of be around?
Yeah, but not best friends. I mean, we can't be best friends because she already has feelings for me.
If she does not have feelings for you?
If I don't see her attractive enough, I don't think we can be best friends.
But what if she has been there for you since you're young? Seen like everything you've been through. There's definitely a sense of trust there, right? Mutual trust.
Again, it depends on the definition of best friends. In that case, if I hang out with her very often, I may develop feelings for her. But if we are just keeping in touch with each other, seeing not really as often, can be stay in that kind of way. And I don't think this is definition of best friends.
Agree to disagree.
I think you're right.
Really? In what regard?
So
did I convince you?
Yeah, so as I talk, I kind of realized it doesn't really make sense. I used to argue like this up until a few years ago.
Yeah.
But now that I am late in my 30s, I think, I can be really good friends with my female friends.
Yeah.
To do that, now I want to change definition of best friends. Now I agree that even if you are not really like hanging out as often, you can be still best friends. Yeah, you don't have the time.
I mean, even disregarding whether she's female or male, like you just think about your male best friend.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to see them every single day to be considered as a best friend. You probably would call them up and still talk as if you guys just left off the conversation from 10 years ago, and they'll still be the same, right?
Right.
So I think to add on to my definition of best friend is someone that you can feel like you can be completely like yourself and not feel any sense of judgment.
Yeah, exactly.
Feel hesitation of being yourself.
Right.
So that's why I mean, like, kind of close to as an extension of your family. You don't have to love them all the time. You can definitely feel some annoyance around them, but deep down you love them because you care for them because of your bond.
I do have friends that I probably text once a year without any hesitation. I can still call them my best friends.
Yeah, and like there's no awkwardness.
Yeah, I can just text them in the middle of nowhere.
Just right now.
Kind of fuck you. And they'll just text me back like, fuck you.
Exactly.
Like that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So did I convince you?
You did.
I think it all comes down to, one, your definition of a best friend, and secondly, the type of environment that you've grown up in. You had like early exposure to like having female friends, female peers. It could also influence how you see having female friends. You unfortunately had to have been in like a lot of classrooms with just dominantly male.
Yeah, up until a few years ago, I always argued guys and girls can't be best friends. But now that I'm in late 30s, first definition of best friends is like you don't have to really hang out with the person that often. You can be still best friends if you care about each other. Guys and girls can be best friends. All right, I'm convinced today. All right.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Bye. I feel like I lost.